And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man DL saying, how y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, I want to know podcast, y'all. I am late. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I am late. And it is what it is. Life got in the way, y'all. I had to go take care of some business with one of the young knights, man. You know, we have the new Templars. It's an organization I started here in Central Florida, and we are all about networking. We're all about supporting one another. We're all about excellence. So we had to go. A couple of the young knights have taken advantage of the opportunity that the FAA has for anyone who's interested in taking advantage of this opportunity. What am I talking about? They are hiring air traffic controllers. It's a federal job. The Federal Aviation Administration is hiring air traffic controllers. No experience necessary. No experience needed. They will train you. It's a paid training program. And I'm an air traffic controller, so that career is absolutely amazing. So a couple of the young knights wants to take advantage of this opportunity. So we went to go talk to them, and let them know what to expect, and help them understand the process, because it still is government. You have to go through these government websites, and again, y'all know how the government works. The lowest bidder gets the job. So their systems can be challenging a little bit if you don't understand the system itself. So I had to go do that today. I had to drive an hour each way to get out there, and then we took our time, make sure everybody understood what was going on. So it took me a while. I got back and I had to do some stuff. So sorry I'm late. Normally 2:00 Sundays, we do Tech Sunday. Shout out to Brother Doug. It was his idea to call it Tech Sundays, and we're gonna do this. And this is kind of like a part two. Last Sunday we did a Tech Sunday. We were talking about AI taking over basically remedial jobs and all jobs, and what jobs would be most affected by AI. And I tell you this, it's not the landscaping jobs that were most affected by AI that have the most exposure. It was the highly skilled technical jobs, attorney, um, people in, like I said, attorney, have people in high level administrative assistants, that type thing, engineers, teachers, of course. These are the careers that are most exposed to AI. That's what we talked about that last week. And then today we're going to talk about the creative world and, the effect that AI is having on the creative world, which I thought was fascinating. It's really why I had the conversation about AI in the first place. A few weeks ago, I saw some stuff and it just blew my mind. I'm like, wow. So we're gonna have that conversation. I got a couple videos. One video we can't listen to, but I want to show you some visual aids from the video. Code Fusion is a really big YouTube channel. You guys should check it out because they talk a lot about tech, a lot about AI. And I don't want to get in trouble with the copyright thing. So normally when I see some big YouTubers and they're like, millions and millions of subscribers, I kind of back off. And I was on the stream with Melanie King once, and she was using video and reacting to video from a big YouTuber, and they stopped her stream. And that happened over here once. I was watching video and reacting to video from Thoughty 2, and it shut down. Right, it shut me down midstream. So I tend to stay away from the big YouTubers like that. Anyone else though? Because you look at like Fresh and Fit, they got over 1 million subscribers, and some other, YouTubers out there with over 1 million subscribers, and they're still considered not huge. Like some of these people have tens of millions of subscribers. So anything really, like if I don't know them personally, I'm real careful of reacting to their content because I don't want to get shut down. So, but we're here. This is what we're doing. Brother Doug's in the house, man. What's good, fam? How you doing? Always a pleasure to see you. Please, hit a like. Let me hit the like, as a matter of fact. Thanks for saying that. I ain't even hit the like on my home stream. Please hit the like. We got Brother Damon in the house. What's good, fam? How you feeling? How you feeling, man? Good to see you. Always a pleasure to see you guys. Thanks for rocking out with me on a Sunday. I know everybody is gearing up. It's the end of the weekend, getting ready for Monday. It's going to be a crazy Monday. As you guys know, if you watch this platform, First Republic Bank went under. The government is basically asking who wants to buy it. They're accepting final offers to buy the bank. So you got Chase, JP Morgan Chase, you got PNC, you got Citigroup, you have Citibank Corp. You have all these bigger banks, and the absolute big, like the big six or whatever, big four, big six, whatever they are. Government's like, all right, send us your offers, so it's an opportunity for, I guess, some of these bigger banks to get bigger. We're gonna definitely be following that as the week goes on. And I was watching RJ Talks. Shout out to him, by the way. If you haven't gone to his website, his YouTube page, please do. He's on top of all things real estate, and he's really following this banking thing. Apparently, there are 10 regional banks out there that the people who love to short businesses are eyeing. They're looking at shorting some of these regional banks. It's like 10 of them out there. And apparently, there are 10 names that have not been mentioned to this point. We already know First Citizens is a bank out of North Carolina. People are going to be looking at. And there are a couple other banks out there, regional banks that people are going to be looking at. I'm definitely going to delve into that next week. I'm wondering who those 10 banks are. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But so yeah, there's a lot going on. Curious to see how the market's going to react on Monday to this First Republic closure. Also curious to see if there's going to be any runs or any other banks. And also, if you watch RJ Talks, he talks about there's funds out there that the government provides to these banks that they can borrow, like emergency funds when they need them. I don't know how it works. I don't know at what rate they're borrowing this money and what the terms are for them to get the money back. But generally speaking, because you can they track the activity in these accounts and with these whatever they are, these backstops or whatever, these services they offer to the banks, all banks, in fact. They'll tell you how much people are taking, but they won't tell you who's taking it. But you can see a spike where it kind of goes from no one's really using this service to bam, now it's like up to here. And that's very, very, very telling. Again, check out RJ Talks on YouTube. He gets into this stuff. Man, it's crazy out here, y'all. I'm just letting you know it's crazy. So let's get into the subject matter because I'm going to have to keep this one brief. It's Sunday and I got to go get my daughter at some point. So I'm going to keep this kind of brief. Not because I want to, because I have to. Just kind of ran out of time on this particular Sunday. But yeah, let's get into this and see what it do. So AI art. AI, first of all, artificial intelligence has gotten to a point where it's absolutely amazing on so many platforms in so many ways. I mean, you just kind of look at this, what is it, the chat GPT or whatever it is, changing people's lives. I mean, so many people are using it, not, from like content creators to college students to people in the corporate world. AI is helping people really get stuff done fast, accurate, get you exactly what you need, save so much time. And this is just getting started. I think it's up to GPT-4. I think it's up to 4 now. So it is what it is. Looks like brother Damon is talking about some basketball. Looks like Golden State Warriors took that game 7. I don't even like basketball. Y'all ain't gonna front. I love to be there live. I like watching a good basketball game, especially high school or college. Normally after the All-Star break, I'll watch a little bit of the NBA, but I haven't been watching anything. I don't even know who's in the hunt, who's in the finals. Looks like Golden State is in the hunt for the West. I don't know who's doing whatever for the East. No idea. I haven't watched an entire basketball game all season. I mean, bro. And when I say watch, I mean I'm at the bar and it's on TV. And I'm not even really watching it. So not a big basketball fan. I'm all about football though. I'm a huge football guy. I don't follow the draft. I don't do all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I watch the games. When it's time to play, let's play. I don't care who's on the field. Let's play. I want to see a good football game. I could care less about all that other stuff. I think, a lot of folks, they get all into it, watching the draft and everything. To me, it's pointless. I definitely have better things to do with my time than watch the draft. But for those of you who do, hey, man, more power to you. You know what I mean? Any excuse to, to have a party and drink some beer, so long as it isn't Bud Light. Silly. That was so silly, the whole Bud Light thing. But yeah, bro, shout out to Golden State, bro. I'm assuming that the Splash Twins are doing their thing. I think Curry's out there. I don't know if both them boys are out there. If it's just Steph, I don't know. But when you can shoot like them boys can shoot, I know that changed the game. That whole 3-point, the way that they're shooting so accurate now is scary. All right, so let's get into this, man. AI in the art world, bro. It is scary how good artificial intelligence is when it comes to creating art. And I mean, it can create its own type of art. Of course, you gotta give it parameters, kind of, give it a vein of what to do. But the stuff it's doing now, it's just scary. It's just scary. Yep, look at that. Steph Curry's doing this thing. Shout out to Golden State, man. Like I said, Cincinnati don't have a basketball team, so I'm a free agent when it comes to that, bro. When it comes to basketball, I just like players, and I haven't been watching this season. So we can't, I'm not gonna play any of the audio, but I want you guys to take a look at something, bro. Like this right here, this is a photo it won first prize in the Sony World Photography Award. I guess this is like a world renowned competition. This is a photo that won one of the prestigious awards. This was generated by artificial intelligence. It's not even a photo. This was generated by AI. And humans judge this competition. So apparently a photographer put this in there, not as a gag, but I guess he wanted to prove that computers can't, replace actual photography or this, that, and the third. Well, it proved the opposite, which this is an amazing looking photo, by the way, but it proved the absolute opposite. That the best eyes on the planet in this field, the best eyes on the planet can't tell the difference. Like, look at that, man. That's amazing. That's not a photograph. Like, look at the lines and everything, like the little, looks like the exposure marks on the borders there. And, look at that, bro. So there it is. If you're out there, you want to be a world renowned photographer, this is what you're competing with right here. The computers can do whatever it is you're doing, and they don't even have to go outside to get the shot. They don't even have to go wherever and get the shot. It can just gen it up. And I mean, all you got to do is put the paper in there, buy yourself a nice printer. And I believe that this is the sort of thing that is going to, I think it's going to wreck the art world. At the very least, it's just going to change it, fundamentally change it forever. Because you're not going to be able to compete with this if you're an artist. You're not. So, and I've said this before. I mean, just imagine you can tell your artificial intelligence, like, hey, do me a favor, make me a painting that's reminiscent of a Rembrandt. Make me a painting or make me some art that is kind of like an Andy Warhol. And your computer is going to be able to gen that up for you. And voila, there you are. Instead of spending $10 million on a Warhol or a Rembrandt, you got this AI version that looks like they did it, hanging on your wall. And it's like, well, you just did it because it looks good and you want your house to look cool. It's not that you're a real artist. Now, maybe the true artist, out there will, or the people who really love that art will still pay the multi-million dollars to get the originals. They're still going to be originals, but AI will be able to make you a copy that's indistinguishable from the original. And it's just going to make it that much harder to prove that you have something that's authentic. I mean, could you imagine someone saying that, here's a Monet that we discovered in some attic somewhere in France or Italy or someplace. We discovered this thing after all these years. Look, it's a Monet. But turns out it's AI created. And no one on the planet can tell the difference. So maybe what's going to happen with art is, okay, we have the art now that we know came from the source. This is certified. This is it. And then from this point forward, they're just going to be like, no, we can't stamp that as certified. So maybe like it's just, and then of course you always have new artists coming out and people like just literally throwing paint at the wall and selling it for, hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're still going to have that because that individual did it. You watched them do it or whatever, or that came from them. But I mean, bro, you can probably get AI to make you a Mona Lisa and probably can't tell the difference from the real Mona Lisa. So I think that the art world is going to take a huge hit because of AI, a huge hit. And when you add 3D printing to it, maybe it'll also get into like pottery and statues and stuff like that. You know, like, okay, AI just made me, make me something that looks like, a Roman statue or something like that. And they can do it. Just 3D print it, make it for you. Like, who knows the extent of AI at this point? It gets insane, guys. Crazy. Like this picture right here. I wouldn't know the difference. Of course, I have an untrained eye, but this photo fooled the best eyes on the planet. They did not know that AI created this thing. And there are a lot of young artists out there who are dealing with this. I mean, why would I go to a young artist and pay them for some artwork, which I've had? I've had some really nice original pieces. When I was in LA, I found a young artist and I bought maybe 5 or 6 of her works, 5 or 6 of her pieces, and I loved them. Unfortunately, I lost them. There were some issues. My last couple of years in LA, y'all, was bad. So I, literally lost them. They were in my vehicle. I was kind of moving between homes. They were in my vehicle, and my vehicles was with one of the neighborhood mechanics. Because again, resources and stuff were being taken from me. It was really hard those last couple of years. I'm like, all right, had this deal with a mechanic that I knew, a good friend of mine. He was just a good guy, could take care of stuff. He's good. But he parked the vehicle in the wrong spot. Vehicle got impounded. And before we knew it, the vehicle was sold off at auction. And in the trunk of that vehicle was a bunch of my artwork. Some of it original, some of it was worth some money. Like it's not like worth a bunch of money. I'm not talking about tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, anything like that. But it was valuable. Some artwork in there, probably, a few $100s, maybe a few $1,000s worth of artwork. And then when you buy young artists, when you buy their stuff, you have no idea what's going to happen to them. If something happens to them, their works become valuable, possibly. So, but no, this young woman had this great artwork, and I gave some of the work to my. I bought 2 pieces for my cousin. I think she still has them. But I'm just so upset. It's just a really nice work. But anyway, why would I do that when I can just have AI make me something that's colorful that reminds you of this or that, and AI can do it, bam. And it just costs you what? The amount of the printer and the paper, and you just frame it, put it on the wall, and no one will know. It will look like $1 million, and it costs you nothing. So I really think that AI is going to fundamentally change the art world. Now, again, I don't know. It's just a thought. You feel me? It's just. So I did find a video that we can watch. A young content creator. And I think it's called The Art Mentor. Yes, The Art Mentor. They're on YouTube. They get about 5,000 subscribers. This video is pushing back against my thoughts that AI is going to take over the art world. So let's check out this video and see what it do. Because I'm convinced that art is going to lose its value over the next few years. And this person who's probably an artist is thinking the opposite. So let's have a listen to what they're talking about.
AI art, as you know it, is dying. In fact, it's a ticking time bomb ready to explode. Want to know why? Welcome to the Art Mentor. My name is Sean, and make sure you pay attention to all the points in this video because I predict that in the next 2 to 5 years, AI art, as you know, will be dead, all the hype will be gone, and all the users will be gone too. Here's why. The first and most obvious glaring reason as to why I think AI art is going to die very soon is simply because of the fact that their users, which let's not call them users, let's call them customers. They are not loyal customers. And when I say that, it's because they were not attracted to art for the right reasons. This is no different than if I tell anybody why they got into commissions for the wrong reasons too. They got into AI generation. They got into that form of art, if you want to call it that, because of the potential for getting attention, getting clout, or maybe generating like crazy sales, which no one's doing anyways. So because of that, because there is a lack of sincere interest in art and actually learning something about art, they are not in it for the right reasons, and they are going to flee. Now, when are they going to flee? Very simply put, y'all, when the glory is gone, because AI art serves its users a very cheap and quick dopamine hit every single time. It is not producing a long and sustained fulfillment that normal art making does give to real artists. Now, because of that, as soon as AI art changes, if it were ever to shut down or anything else happened to it, they would be gone. They would never make art again in their life. However, though, I'm just going to tell you this. If the opposite were to happen and AI were to just take over the whole world, which it won't anyways, then artists would still be making artwork. You can't say that for the opposite audience, though, could you? If you're not in art for the right reasons, for sincere reasons, for personal fulfillment, and for really intrinsic reasons, then it's just not going to last. You ever thought about that? You no doubt.
I hear what he's saying, and obviously this dude is in that world. Shout out to him. He's, you know, I hear what he's saying, but the business side of art is you're paying for something that people want, and it's gonna make you some money. Like it's somewhat unique. So if you create this artwork, and then AI can duplicate that or even improve on it, for the regular folk who just want to go out there and get themselves a nice piece of art, they're gonna go with the AI stuff. Why? It's cheaper. I mean, it is cheaper. Now, I get what he's saying. Like, people are always gonna make artwork, and there's always gonna be folks who want it, and I get that, but I don't know. I don't think he's taking this serious enough. And he's right. There's always gonna be people out there who are gonna make their own art. They're gonna do their thing. This is its own little world. It's like it's always gonna be people who make short films. There's always gonna be people who do their own stuff in the entertainment world. You know, stand up or you know, people who do improv. You know, people who direct these little movies. These these low budget movies. And people are like, man, Hollywood runs that. It doesn't make any sense to make yourself a low budget movie, an independent film. But it does, because you're doing it for the love of it. You're not necessarily doing it to make $1 million. Like, I tell jokes on stage because it's fun. I get a good thing from it. I get a kick out of it. You know what I mean? It's stress relief for me. I enjoy it. I'm not doing it because it's like, well, I need to make this much money or I'm not going to do it. Nah, that's not me. I don't care about the money. I just want to make people laugh. It's just, I get a kick out of it. So it's always going to be artists like that. I am an artist when it comes to that sort of thing. But someone could come along and say, hey, we want to give you a special. We're going to pay you X amount of dollars. Now you got to deal with the business side. And that does change it up a little bit, because once you get a little taste of that, you bite that apple, man, you're going to want another bite. You get a little bit of that clout. You get the red carpet treatment and all that kind of stuff. And, a lot of people, they get hooked on that. So, and AI, even AI right now, like that Chat GPT, dude, it writes pretty good jokes, man. Like, you can ask it to write jokes. Vinny Oshana did this on, he was saying this on Valuetainment. It's like, yeah, man, they went in and they used it, AI, to write a joke. And Vinny, outstanding comedian, one of the best in the business right now, he was like, bro, it was a good joke. He's like, this is a good joke. Now, are we at the point where AI could go on stage and actually tell the jokes? Not yet, but it's coming. So yeah, I just wanted to, throw that out there. Like, I hear what this brother's saying right here, but I don't know. I think AI is going to mess up the business, the money side.
Heard how AI art has made advances, and they're now rolling out new things. There's control net, there's in painting, there's out painting. It's no longer just simple prompting, and no doubt that there's going to be things every once in a while that'll come up and it'll be this new perceived revolution. But well, someone call it advances. I'm going to call it what it really is. It's a gimmick, because they have to build and implement so many different technologies just to try and fix everything that's horribly wrong and perpetually flawed with everything that AI makes. And you really got to sit down and admit this here. Every single time that there is a new gimmick that comes out here, it's basically just like DLC content for like Call of Duty. Now, here's the really important part about these gimmicks. They're necessary, because without the gimmicks, without the cheap little fixes to make the artwork, like a little 2% better every single time, then they're not going to keep their user base interested and they will flee. And it needs to be like this. They need to implement cheap little tricks or cheap little gimmicks like this all the time, because if they don't, then they know that their customer base, they're going to go because it's.
I hear what he's saying about gimmicks and stuff like that. I feel this dude, but here's the thing. Y'all saw that picture earlier. Y'all saw that picture. AI created a photograph that fooled the best eyes on the planet. What he's showing this AI program that's making some art right here as he's talking. Yeah, I get that. That's the gimmicky stuff. Yeah, I get that. But AI can also create art. You just tell it to make me a picture of a fox that is mixed with James Bond 007, and it'll make that art. It'll make a fox look like James Bond wearing a tuxedo, carrying the the PPK or whatever the handgun James Bond carries, or driving a BMW or no Aston Martin. AI will do that, and it'll look crazy good. So I hear what he's saying about the gimmicks. I just don't agree. Brother Mandrell's in the house, man. What's good, fam? How you feeling? Thanks for coming through on a Sunday. Appreciate you. Let's continue.
Gets boring and they don't like what they can't do. So let me ask you this, friend. What's going to happen when all of those tricks are all at their limit? When they hit everything that they think that they can do and it's still flawed? What's going to happen? Their customers are going to leave. Same thing happens when games get old. People get tired of playing them. And that is what AI art is producing the effect of. Haven't you noticed? If you're currently an AI user and you're sitting hoping at some point that your AI generations are going to give you some type of job opportunity in the future, some type of sustainable career, I just want to ask you this. Why would anybody pay you to prompt? Why would anybody pay you to do what a machine can do? You have to really understand this here, y'all. AI art was put out and is continually being developed to replace artists. But that also means AI users, because why would anybody want to pay you for what anybody in my position could already do and fix and do better anyways? So the fact that there is any type of promise potentially for some type of job field, no, totally wrong, my friend. I got to tell you this. There's only going to be two types of jobs that come about from AI, and that's going to be in business and in software engineering, nothing else. In fact, from everybody that I've spoken to in every major art industry that has hired somebody with an AI-based portfolio, have been very promptly, see what I did there, fired because they don't know anything about art. They can't make corrections, and there are severe limitations that they can't overcome. So,
yeah, like this brother right now, like I don't think he really gets it. AI will be better than humans in all aspects of art, to the point where this guy who's part of that world right now probably can't distinguish between AI art and human created art. And it's not a slight to him. It just shows you where the computer is. It's gotten that good. And like the stuff he was talking about, like, getting into business and doing that sort of thing for big corporations. And, bro, the first chance Disney can get rid of these cartoonists or whatever, they're gone. Now you can do whole comic books. I might have a story, and even I could come up with probably good stories. And I don't need an artist to draw my frames for my comic book. I could just tell AI, show AI the story, and it'll create the comic book for your story. So you got that. I mean, it's like Brother Doug is saying, humans will become useless, man, for real. For real. It's come to that point. Humans will be able to just sit back and figure out, just think, become thinkers, kind of like, like they were back in, Greece, like back in the old days. So you just sit around and, you really don't have to do that. You can ask the AI to think for you. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to turn out. It's crazy.
So because of that, no, friend, there will never be jobs in AI. So I wouldn't hold your breath on that either. Now think about this. If normal art has scarce job offerings, why do you think that AI would be any different? However, though, there is one major job field that I do want to give AI credit for. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking all of the cheap clients that none of us want to work with and that never had any respect or dignity for art in the first place. So have at those $10 commissions. You earned it.
Yeah, this dude really doesn't understand. Like, he really doesn't understand. There's no way that human artists are gonna be able to compete with AI. No way. And it's like Brother Doug is saying right here: AI can curate the story and the artwork. Facts. I might have a crazy unique story in my mind, and I can put that story out there. People are like, oh man, that was a great story. As soon as AI reads that story, they'll be able to build on that story instantly. Where it might take me a year to figure out the next, part 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever. AI could probably come up with a storyline like for ElfQuest in a matter of seconds, and probably come up with 1,000 chapters, 1,000 different ElfQuest adventures like that, where it would take a human a lifetime to do that kind of stuff. So, I mean, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, creativity, laziness, man. I mean, it is AI is just gonna take that over. It's just kind of like trying to, okay, I'm gonna out teach AI. I'm gonna be a better instructor than AI. Maybe you can interact better with the students, but at some point, AI will be able to do that too. And the thing is, that technology is cheaper labor costs all the way around, better quality. AI doesn't need breaks. AI is not going to be temperamental. AI isn't going to turn into a diva on you. None of that. It's going to always work. It doesn't need, it doesn't need vacation time. It doesn't need breaks. It doesn't need to go to the restroom. It doesn't need to do any of that. It's just going to keep cranking out the work, and it will improve itself and get better and better and better and better. Like, we got problems, y'all. We got problems.
Now, with all of the buzz and the excitement about AI and people coming into it, right? Here's what I want to let you know, friend. The average lifespan of the average freelance artist is 1 to 2 years. And AI users, you're currently on month 9 of that. So here's what I want to say. Welcome to the art world, okay? You think that maybe there's a chance for you to make it, but I'm just going to be honest with you. You're currently experiencing the high right now of everybody that graduates art school and thinks that they're going to get into a massive big time job. However, though, you're going to meet the same roadblocks and the same confusions and the same exact obstacles that exist for normal artists. In the next 2 years, there will be a mass exodus of AI users because they were promised that there would be thousands of dollars that they could make, and they're going to be able to change their lives with everything. And it's the same song and dance of every single cheap gimmicking marketing routine that you've ever seen for any type of pyramid scheme. All AI users will be facing the same exact competition that all of us real artists already faced. And that's going to cause most of them to be weeded out and to quit within the next couple of years. Because once those 15 seconds of fame are done, once all the followers don't care about everything that's going on with them, once they lose that crowd, who's going to want to buy their images? The most curious of phenomena regarding AI users right now is their own cannibalism. Have you seen this? Have you ever noticed this?
Yes, he's part of a world I don't understand. I'm not a part of that world. It's just, for just someone like me who's just, a fan of the world, I'll kind of slide into the world and I might see something I like and just buy it. I'm probably 8 times more attracted to AI generated art than I am to human generated art, especially with these young cats. Sometimes I go up and I look at their stuff, it's like, and you go over to look at some AI stuff, it's like, wow. It's fascinating. Wow, look at that. Oh, is that a clock? Like, you just kind of looking at it. It's just better. And to get that caliber of artwork from a human, you're gonna have to pay a ton of money. But you can get it from AI for like next to nothing, or like a good price. Casual Germs in the house. What's good, fam? It's like about time. Let the Skynet wars begin. I feel you, man. Brother Jason's in the house, man. What's good, fam? Viper J up in this piece. Hey, man, we there, bro. We are there. Skynet wars.
There's a lot of infighting amongst all of them. Now, do artists fight? Yes, of course we do. And naturally, not all of us are nice to each other, okay? However, though, I really see a curiosity happening with all AI users right now, which is essentially that they're trying to protect their prompts and they're trying to sell their prompts. And then they get mad when someone buys those prompts and then shares it with the rest of the world. And then compounding on top of that issue, they're also trying to copyright all of their prompts so that they own them. Like, you can't own words. How hypocritical is that, by the way? So you're telling artists that we can't have our images, that we can't own what we produce. However, you're trying to safeguard what you didn't produce in the words that you don't own. It's like you own some section of the English dictionary. That's so lame. That is so nonsensical, don't you think? It doesn't make any sense. And that cannibalism is going to eat away at the core and the foundation of their user base. And it's going to lead to a mass degradation of what AI currently is and will always be able to do. Now, when AI first came out, y'all remember how they promised that AI would be able to innovate?
Man, look, like, yeah, this brother and the people in the art world, y'all gonna have to really step up y'all hustle. Because you're already looking at stuff like, if I need some artwork done, I can go to Fiverr and get it for like less than I would have to pay if I were to go to some big art house or whatever. Hey man, I need this. Might have some dude. And matter of fact, we did that. I needed some artwork for one of the projects we were working on with the production company. We were doing, I forget what it was we were doing, but I needed a logo for for the project. I forget which project it was. We were doing a trailer for. Oh, we were trying to. It might have been. It was for Geek Talking. I think it was for Geek Talking. We came up with this concept. We wanted to do a weekly roundup show, kind of like for geeks, right? We called it Geek Talking, where we talked about everything, anything geek related. We had a segment on how e-cigarettes work, like the vapes work. We had a segment on Vasquez Rocks, is a real famous location out in California where so many movie scenes were shot. To this day, they still do it, going all the way back to like Star Trek and all that, even before, all the way up to present day. We did a segment on Uhura, and I forgot the sister Michelle Nichols. We did a segment on Michelle Nichols. So we were kind of, and then we went to Stan Lee's Comic Con, and we had a big segment on that. I can find that. I'm gonna find that one of these days, and I'll show it to you guys. I've been waiting to, once I start the Patreon. That'll be like one of the first things I post in the Patreon. It was a really good trailer that we did, and we needed a logo for that, and we hired out some artists in India, and we did it for, I don't know, like $50, and they made this design like perfect, and it just took them a week or so to do it. If AI was around back then, we could have done it on AI. It would have been way cheaper and way faster. So yeah, for the artists, it's going to be a tough life for them. I don't know how they're going to adjust. Brother Casual Germ, this problem would be solved if everyone had been in a cage match. They just fight it out, right? You just have to fight it out. Hey, whoever wins gets the money. Wouldn't that be something? Watching a bunch of artists fight, that would be hilarious. but yeah, man, like, AI is definitely going to change the game in every facet of life. It's just some are going to get hit sooner than others, and I think the art world is going to be one of the first industry that gets hit hard by AI.
And create brand new styles, and it would really bring a lot of freshness to art. Well, look, I gotta be honest with you. The only style that they've done is the AI art style. Have you noticed this? It's so easily identifiable, and anybody can pick it out of a lineup. And in fact,
and that's not true. We know that's not true because it was an AI generated photo that won the Sony World Photography Award. So he's really speaking to his small segment of the art world. Nothing against his brother. I get where he's coming from. He's speaking to that segment of the art world. But the big picture, no. Real AI, you can't tell it apart from human artwork. And that is the problem.
It's already been so commodified because there's such a mass influx of it that there's a massive growing distaste from it, and people hate seeing it. There's such a gross amount of AI images being put out there right now that everybody can't stand it. And even the users that have accrued a vanity following that seems like a really high number, it's not really going to last because they're never going to be able to bring anything really true and new onto the scene other than what they're currently doing. Now, when AI first came out, there's a lot of tomfoolery happening here where our clients were totally unaware. Now they're very savvy. Now our clients can't stand AI images, and they're now getting so savvy that they can spot it, and they are actively seeking to go away from AI users and definitely don't like working with them. So that growing distaste is only going to create eventually more jobs and more opportunities for real artists to get back into the fields where they belong and to be able to do the stuff that they want and sustain themselves, whereas AI users are going to be weeded out. Now,
this sounds like he's hoping. He sounds like he's hoping, like, bro, that's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is AI is going to improve, like it's already improved. Humans won't be able to tell the difference. Not just the regular average, don't know nothing human about art, but the top tier people won't be able to tell the difference. Now, like, we don't need humans to get this art. Not only can you imagine being able to commission exactly what you want and having it the next day, as opposed to commissioning an artist and you have to wait for them to do it. And they could take as long as they want to because they're an artist. Hey, nah, man, I need this tomorrow. Done. How much will that be? You want it done tomorrow? It'll be 25,000. If you can wait a week, it'll be 10,000. If you can wait a month, it'll be 5,000 for the same work because it's coming out of a computer. So I mean, it's crazy. We got Miss AKA Lady in the house. What's good, love? What's good? How you doing? Happy Sunday. I was all the way out in Dade City earlier today, girl. I was like, had to go talk to some of my young knights. I was out there, and it's the sticks. It is the sticks. I'm a city guy. I cannot be out in the country for more than 3 hours. I am a city dude. Sister Jenny's in the house. What's good, love? I ain't seen you in a minute. Hola, como estás, baby? Good to see you. Always, it's such a pleasure to see you. I hope all is well on your end. Brother Jay got both computers, both accounts on here, man. Appreciate that, man. And yeah, Brother Jason saying about to start my OnlyFans with some AI cam girls. Facts. Call me Artificial Tate. Hey, bro. Hilarious. Hey, look, while you playing, man, that'll make you a millionaire quick. Quick. You know how fast you'll get paid? Tate had to sit there and watch each video camera and answer for those dudes. You got AI doing it. You just program them. It's done. You know what? That is the chat of the stream, bro. Chat of the stream. Don DeMarco for you, bro. Hilarious. Miss AKA Lady's like, I love the country. I don't. I'm a city boy. Keep me in the city. As a matter of fact, it's next week is going to be, I think it's next week or the week after, Formula One is coming to Miami. That's going to be a great, great race. My cousin has tickets. She's like, you should come down. I don't know. I'm going through it. If I can sort out all this stuff I'm going through by then, that would be so good to go down there and, watch some F1. That would be amazing. I wonder what would happen to F1 if artificial intelligence took over. Could humans outdrive a computer? Probably not. Absolutely not. I guess we would still have to have sports, just humans playing sports and, still getting paid. But how will humans make their money? The AI is definitely going to take over everything. How will humans make their money? I wonder. Let's continue.
More users that get hooked on to AI platforms, the more that this is going to happen and the less attention that they're going to receive. And when they're not getting attention, they're going to fade away. Now, as we go through the rest of these points, one thing I'm going to ask from you is that if you're liking this video, if you're finding this helpful, if you think more people need to hear it, please go ahead and drop that like on this video so that this can be put out to more artists, because artists deserve to have that comfort of knowing that, no, they will not be replaced, and this is just a short-term impact. Now, let's roll into this one. Born from the hubris of AI developers, and especially the rotten CEOs, are going to be more anti-AI softwares, okay? Right now, the biggest one that's out there is called Glaze. And I'm going to leave it.
And we're going to leave it right there. We see where he's coming from with it. He's hoping against odds that somehow AI is going to spare his niche of the market, his niche in the market, and it's not. Brother Doug's answer to my question earlier is UBI. That's right, universal basic income. Here in America, that's what's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's no getting around it. It's going to be some form of UBI sooner than later, especially now. Um, Next week we'll be talking about this. Maybe next Wednesday or Thursday we'll be talking about Davis Bridal bankrupt. You got a lot of the engagement rings like K Jewelers and Jared's and all that. The company that owns all them struggling, like struggling to stay afloat. And that's one thing, people aren't getting married as much. And like that's a show in and of itself. Dudes aren't asking to get married anymore. They don't want to get wrecked. Or people just aren't getting into long-term relationships or whatever the case may be. The bottom line is marriages are down. So you look at what's going on with Walmart, laying people off, cutting back. There's so many companies out there that are just cutting back and laying folks off right now. At the same time, we have this credit crunch with the banks. A lot of these regional banks are going under. Like we were talking, I'm always bringing this up. People are losing their jobs. They still got bills to pay because all that stimmy money, they went out and bought a bunch of stuff that they couldn't afford, thinking everything was going to go great. And it's more expensive to borrow money. Can't get credit cards, and all the rest of it. We're going to need something. You're going to need some sort of UBI or something to help Americans, buy food and have a place to live. So I think you're right, brother Doug. UBI. Brother Jason is talking about go Ferrari, go Team Ferrari, man. I'm Mercedes over here, man. I'm all about, I'm a big fan of Sir Lewis Hamilton, the greatest F1 driver alive, in my opinion. Mercedes is having a hard time. I haven't watched the race today, not yet. I'll watch it tonight. But I did watch the sprint yesterday. Ferrari's looking good this year. When the cars are running, they're running. When Ferrari's running, they're running. But they've had some issues, mechanical issues. Of course, Red Bull, fastest car in a straight line on the grid. And then one of Mercedes cars is doing good. Like Russell is really, really putting in work. Russell's looking good. I don't know what's going on, my man. I don't know what's going on with Hamilton, but he'll get it together. I'm sure he'll get it together. Miss AKA lady, but no one wants to watch AI play sports. Now, no one's going to want to watch that. So I think humans are going to always be out there driving, playing sports, whatever, anything like that. The Olympics, you're not going to have cyborgs out there. You're going to have real human beings doing it. So it is what it is. I see everybody showing Miss AKA lady love, as y'all should. That's what's up. So yeah, AI, bro, I'm telling you, like AI ain't no joke, man. It's taking over. Slowly but surely, it's taking over. I'm just kind of scrolling through here, looking at some different AI stuff. Like AI art it's scary, y'all. Like that's all I got to say. It's scary. Let's pull this up real quick. We'll watch this without any audio. Like, it's just what AI is doing, is capable of doing. This guy is saying that it's not gonna take over, but I mean, look at this. I got the audio off, but just look at this. Yeah, man. Elon Musk is really afraid of AI. He is certain that AI is going to shut us down. And all these articles about AI is coming for your job. We got the AI, like Tesla has the Tesla bot pretty much ready to be sold. I don't know how I'm going to act when the first time I see a Tesla bot in real life. It's like, bro, there's a Cylon for real. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do when I see a Cylon in real life. And if I get myself, look, I'm putting this up here. If I get myself a Tesla bot, I'm going to have them modify this part. And I just want the red dot going back and forth. And I want the noise. I want all that. I want a real life Cylon. That's what I want by your command. I want Every time you tell my robot to do something, it's gonna say by your command. I'm gonna buy me a Tesla bot just so I can act like, yo, I need this modification, bro. I need this. I want a Cylon. I put a whole Cylon face on it. That's what I want. So, just these great movies. Y'all remember I, Robot with Will Smith? Poor Will Smith. He probably never get to make another good movie again. Um, what was that? Machina or something like that. That movie was kind of crazy. You pause that for a second, man. It's just kind of, it's crazy. It's crazy. Brother Frank Sinero, what's going on? Foxtrot Sierra podcast in the house, man. What's good, fam? It was fun working on that, man. AI art is insane. I decided to give it a try, and surprisingly, it developed some really cool anime pics of me. Keep leading by example, deal. I do my best, bro. You know me, man. I'm up front, bro. I'm old school. I gotta lead from the front, man. And you're right about that, man. Please go over and check out the Foxtrot Sierra podcast. It's all about World War I, World War II. And yeah, Brother Frank's over there putting in work, man. He goes hard in there and on that, bro. I mean, I know so many people, like my daughter, has no idea about these wars. And that's one of the podcasts where I'm gonna sit her down and like, look, let's watch this podcast so we can watch a little bit, learn a little bit about World War II, about World War I, about the Korean War, about all these different conflicts. And it's like just an opportunity to sit down with my little girl and we can watch it, and she'll have questions and like, oh, so I didn't know that North Korea and South Korea fought. Like, yeah, they fought, and America was involved, and this is what it was, and da 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 da. Like, you have great uncles who fought in that war, right? I have family who fought in Korea. I have family members who fought in Vietnam. I have family members who were in the military during Honduras and during Panama. And of course, I was in Desert Storm. So, and we have ancestors who fought in World War II. I don't think we have anybody who fought in World War I. And of course, before World War I, like, we were slaves. Not right before World War I, of course, but I mean, it was the Civil War and whatever. So yeah, I mean, this is a good opportunity. And Brother Frank's over there working hard, y'all. So go over there and show him some love, man. Brother Doug, the nearby future people will be living alone, no children, living off the UBI, plugged into the metaverse, high off of cannabis, dwelling in 15-minute cities, and rarely will have to leave their homes. Man, that's crazy. I hope not. I hope not. You know what I mean? And he's like, I'll stick driving my GMC Sierra. Thank you very much. Nah, bro. I want my Cylon. I want my Cylon, bro. Danger, Real Robinson. Danger. Yeah, that's Brother Jason. I want my Cylon, bro. I gotta have one. Brother Doug, looking at the upcoming tech, the future looks boring. Well, it depends on what future you're looking at. You know what I mean? So, and then Brother Frank saying, I'm redoing my World War I content soon, so stay tuned. Absolutely, man. Like I said, he's working hard over there, and I'm just letting this play. You're looking at this art, and to the point now where, like, AI is just killing it, guys. AI is just killing it compared to, human created art. And it's a little bit of everything out there for whatever you want. Like, look here, it's talking about, you just type in what you want and it'll make you all sorts of crazy stuff. Thanos in the grocery store and all that. Bro, and it's only getting better. I mean, that's some weird, crazy looking stuff, but AI is getting better. And we've already seen how AI the whole deep fake thing really troubles me. The whole deep fake thing, because AI can generate a video of you walking on the beach, on some beach somewhere in UK, or you could be walking on, they got beaches over there, man. They're cold in Jury, but they got beaches. You could be on some beach somewhere in Bora Bora, or you can be walking through the streets of New York or walking through the streets of Tokyo. Deep fake can show you doing these things. And my fear is, like, how do you prove your innocence when there you are in 1080p, there you are in 5K, 6K, 7K, whatever K it is, there you are. That's you coming out of the bank with money. That's you with a pistol in your hand. Wait a minute, that's not me. I got video here of me showing me over here doing this, doing that. Here's a video of me in the F-16, flying over Russia. So now you can't even believe what you see. Like it's crazy, y'all. You can't believe what you see, but all that's AI generated, guys. All that's generated. This, that video they were just showing is probably AI generated. So yeah, man. It's just so much out there. Like when you look at these pictures right here, all this is AI generated, man. It's crazy. Look at that. And these NFTs, this is how these young guys got themselves in so much trouble with the NFTs. Let's back this up real quick. What was this? Wow, look at that. All that art right there. All that is AI generated. Wow, that one right there. I would buy this. Hold on. Let me pull this down. Look, let me pull this all the way up. This piece of artwork right here, this female samurai, I would buy that, bro. I would buy that right now. I love that type of art. I have some art like that in my home right now, on the wall right now. I would absolutely buy that piece. Absolutely. Even the cowboy on the horse next to it. I like that. That looks pretty cool. Look at that art. I'm sorry. AI is taking over. AI is absolutely taking over. Look at that, y'all. That's all AI generated art. Look at the Stormtrooper Samurai. Look at that. Look at the Stormtrooper Samurai. Tell me that's not hard. That's hard right there. So I don't know. I feel bad for that young brother on the video we watched. Like, how are you going to compete? How are you going to compete with this? Look at that. That Master Chief. Look at that. You got the cat in armor. Man, y'all see this? How can you compete with any that's so crisp and clean? And the guy, that brother was talking about, oh, AI, you can tell the difference between AI art and real art. Can you? I can't. If anything, I'm like, man, if a human did this, I was like, wow, I would say that human is better than AI. How long did it take you to do that? Well, it took me 3 months. Well, AI did it in 3 minutes. Look at that. That's insane. Man, let me go back real quick. Not that far. Oh, I can't. Look at that, bro. Look at that. I'm sorry, man. You artists out there, y'all gonna have to step y'all game up to a point that I think is impossible for humans. You can't, AI is generating not just these type of images, but they're making them look like photos. If you want to look like photos, they can make it look like, 12th century artifacts. If you want to look that way, there's just no competing. There's just no competing, guys. That is insane. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this, man. Like AI is definitely, look at that. AI is the future of art. I'm sorry. No disrespect for those of you who are out there, you young artists. AI is the future. This is what people are going to be buying from Amazon for $5 or $10 or $20 or whatever. And you can just type in exactly what you want, the colors that you want it, how you want it to look. This is the future. Art on demand, and it's going to be great looking art. There's just no way around it. Look at that. Look at the angel. Look at the archangel right there. Come on, look at that. The archangel with the wings and the ship in a bottle. Come on, people. There's no competing with this, yo. There's no competing. Wow. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And these are the guys who are doing it on their own. Like, they don't like AI images, whatever. These are nice too, but it takes so much time for a human to create these things. You got to pay them for it. You got to pay them. It takes so much labor. That's where the money is. If AI can generate something that's even close to this for a fraction of the cost, I'm sorry, people are going to go with the AI stuff. And this all looks like this is all done by humans. And this looks really nice. I love the whole Dungeons and Dragons thing. Like at the devil right here. I thought it looks great. But I'm not going to pay you thousands of dollars for that when I get the same thing for a fraction of the cost. Look at that. I bet you this is the AI stuff right here. And that stuff is nice, y'all. That stuff is nice. So, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. What can be said, bro? What can be said? I think the AI is not that I think. I know AI is going to take over. It's just a matter of time. Brother Doug, 3D printing, construction, automobile, agriculture, bio GPT to replace doctors, automation to replace surgeons, automation to replace low-skilled jobs, drones and autonomous delivery, AI lawyers. You're right. Brother Doug is right. Robotic police and soldiers. Robotic police right now in New York, y'all. Right now in New York. You know what? I'm going to do a show on that. Right now, they got robotic police in New York. They can't use deadly force. They don't have any type of force. They're just out there looking at folks and trying to police and determine what type of police officer should respond to things. But they have it in New York right now. Brother Doug, so many jobs are about to be replaced. It's insane. Yeah. Yeah. And once those jobs are replaced, that's it. They're gone. It's not like you're going to outperform AI. It's done. It's done. Like I said, air traffic control. People were like, well, AI can do air traffic control. Of course it can, but it's really expensive right now. Now give it 15, 20 years, maybe less. When it's cheap, it'll be more efficient. And then that's it. No more air traffic controllers. So there you go. Air traffic controllers are one day they're gonna go from making $200,000, $300,000 a year to being out of work. It's coming. It's coming. I'll probably see it in my lifetime. AI can do it now, but the AI needed to run the American air traffic control system would be extremely expensive. Extremely expensive, but it can be done. It can be done. It's just America ain't gonna pay for that. Again, the lowest bidder gets the job in America, and you're gonna need top tier artificial intelligence to run the NAS, which is the National Airspace System. It can be done. I'm glad I'm retired now. That's all I gotta say about that. But Brother Doug is right, yo. So that's it. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick, kind of like a follow-up from the last Sunday's episode. Next Sunday, we're going to be doing some, we're going to stay with this tech talk. Thanks to Brother Doug. That's for Brother Doug giving me the name. Tech Sunday. Tech Sunday. That's for you, Brother Doug. We're going to continue it. I like it. We're going to do Tech Sundays next week. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about, but we're going to talk about something techie. It's going to be fun. We might talk about some military tech. Maybe I can get Brother Mandrell up here and we could talk about some military tech, what's going on with that, the pros and cons of it. We definitely want to talk about that. In fact, I promised Brother Hayoka to do that show anyway. So yes, that's probably what we'll do. We'll probably be doing the military talk on Tech Sunday next Sunday. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll do military. And be looking out for Downrange Podcast and I Want to Know Podcast coming up this week. I'm definitely going to be talking about the marriage rate this week, one of these days. That's just out there. I'm going to be talking about Steven Crowder and what's going on with him and his wife. Nasty business. It's nasty business, and that's, again, it's probably another reason why a lot of men are opting not to get married. And then other men are just giving up. They don't even want to try to get into relationships with women. Like the bottom 80 guys, they're to the point like, well, they're going to do the work. They're working on their bodies. They're getting their money up and they're opting out of dating here in the West. They're making this money now. They're getting on planes and they're going other places trying to find women that they think are more suited to their needs, right? Are they right? Are they wrong? Who knows? We'll talk about it. And we'll talk about what's going on in America socially and on the dating scene and all that. So be looking for that next week. I really want to know. We're going to get into, the sexual marketplace. And then we're going to continue to talk who should be running for the White House on Downrange Podcast. We're definitely going to be talking about these corporations laying out, like Walmart's another one. Walmart is closing stores all over the place. They're pulling out of places like Chicago. They're pulling out of Seattle. They're pulling, a lot of them are pulling out of a lot of the cities in California because California is letting people just steal, not really doing anything about it. Target's another one. Target is laying off a lot of employees. They're blaming it on losses, people coming in and stealing. I just think that Amazon is beating the pants off these people. It's to the point now, like, I mean, who wants to go to the store anyway, right? Anything you want, you see it on Amazon, boom, it's at your door the next day. So there's that. So we're gonna be talking about all that sort of stuff next week, guys. So yeah, I'm glad y'all came and rocked out with me for a hot second. I gotta go get my daughter. You know what I mean? So we gotta wrap this up. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I really do. My day ones, especially, man. Y'all just been rocking out with me, and I can't thank you enough. So all is well, all is good. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll do another I Really Want to Know podcast. We're going to be talking about the declining marriage rate and the sexual marketplace as it stands today. I just want to give you a report on what I'm seeing out here in no man's land, let you know what it's like out here in the trenches. All right. So y'all know what it is. Let's see. Brother Doug, he's saying no Amazon is downsizing too. Yeah, are they downsizing or they just couldn't reach the goals that they thought they were going to reach? Are they really downsizing? Because I know they're here in Central Florida. There's a about an hour north of Tampa. There's this huge warehouse. They're about to break ground on it. I think it's an Amazon warehouse. They're about to break ground on that. So I don't know, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. I'm gonna see what I can find. We'll, always have a couple articles up here. We'll see what they're saying. We'll look at it. But that's where I go. Like, if I want something these days, all of the equipment I have for this podcast, I got from Amazon. All of the stands, the lights, got the 2 lights here, got the camera right here, all of the stands, the Rodecaster Pro, this computer, this laptop is on, this monitor right here, these stands and these other mics. I messed up. These you can see it right here. This other microphone and this mic stand. All this stuff I got from Amazon. This chair I'm sitting in came from Amazon. They delivered it. Everything. This hat, when I do the cap thing, Amazon. So that's the wave of the future. And a lot of that is AI dominated. So we'll see. And Brother Doug is saying, yes, they're downsizing, save $4 billion in the process. There you go. There you go. And they know that this little downturn is coming. The next 18 months might be real hard especially for brick and mortar. But if it's going to be real hard, y'all. Dark days are coming. We'll see what's going on. So I got to go. I got to run. Thanks for rocking out with me, y'all. Y'all know what it is. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast. I will see y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace. Have a great Monday, y'all.
Darn, that's the end.
AI is taking over, guys.